Okay, so today we have a rental car. My car's in the shop for a little bit. Don't worry about it. We got an Audi A6 here, brand new 2020 Premium Plus. Unfortunately, they didn't give me the A7. They said they were going to give me the A7 as a rental car, but it's fine. There's really nothing on the outside of this vehicle. I mean, the only real thing I can think of are just cameras, pointing out cameras. Like there's one here. I haven't actually looked for all the cameras, I'll be completely honest, but I'm sure I can find them all. There's one on the mirror over here, I think. Yeah, the mirror right here, along with the long indicator. One thing I like about these newer Audis, though, is that you get the indicator right here on the outside, but also for you get one here on the inside, which is really nice. So that's cool. I like that a lot. I don't know what else to say. The exterior is so bland because it's just a new car, and that's how all new cars are. Obviously, you get your normal backup camera spot. You get your fake exhausts, which are actually like pointed downward. Yeah. Also, you may be wondering why we're on the grass, because all our normal parking spots are taken up. There's a lot of people at the park today, so we decided to go for the scenic shot. So yeah, we're here. And I mean, I guess while we're back here, we can demonstrate the trunk, which is electronically hinged, which you just don't even really have to click. It just kind of opens. We should have the floor thing, but I guess that's might be a prestige feature. Not too sure. In here is very spacious though, and this is the lever to fold down. Well, I guess not then. That's a hook. I don't know. I haven't explored this car totally yet. I just got it a few days ago. But it should be clean enough for a car review. Please don't let there be a motorcycle going here. But one thing that it doesn't have is an automatically closing boot, so I'll have to close it myself. Oh, sunroof. I'm so disorganized right now. There's really nothing to say on this. You can't really tell there's a sunroof here though, even though it's this panel here. And I don't want to get it too dirty because, you know, I don't want that on my sunroof. There's really nothing much else. Oh, I found another camera actually. Right here. There's a camera. Yeah, you can see it. It exists. This car doesn't have a heads-up display, which is unfortunate. But that's pretty much all I can really think of for the outside of this vehicle. So maybe we'll hop in the back seats for once. One thing I forgot to mention, this car has electronic doors. So if you come real close, you might be able to hear it unlock, but maybe not. It's that silent, but unfortunately, it doesn't have soft closing doors, which is not good. And these doors are particularly hard to latch, so you actually have to really slam it to get it closed. Now into the interior. Okay, so now we got the engine here. It's a Golf GTI engine, and what more can I say? It's DSG, turbo 4-cylinder, good fuel economy. And yeah, that's pretty much all I have to say about that. Now let's go drive this thing for real. So now we're on the inside and the back, and I'll be honest, I've never been back here before. Let me go ahead and fire up the car real quick so we can see all the gauges and stuff back here. You'll notice this car is really quiet actually when you start it up. It's not too loud at all. So yeah, now we're back here. And that didn't close all the way, demonstrating my point that these doors are hard to close. Yeah, what we got back here is a single climate control zone, which is just, you know, one thing. You don't get to adjust your fan speed or anything. I don't think the vents are open. Now they're open. Bang & Olufsen speakers. Yeah, those exist. Once again, Audi really likes to do this thing where they don't put an unlock switch here, but instead just a lock switch. I don't know what that's for. I guess it's for the moms who say, I guess I'm gonna just leave you in here while I go shopping for 6 hours. So lock the car, don't let anyone in. And the kid's like, yeah, okay. You know how it goes. We're gonna put this thing down now because that. Oh, yeah, that actually clicks to open it. Get a little bit of storage space here, nothing too much. And then here is your cup holders, which are really big improvements over my car cup holders, although they are really small. And to put them back, I assume you just do that again. Yeah. Look at this pass through. I've crushed my finger. Get a little extra space back there. What does this do? Is that to lock the pass through? Huh. I've never seen that before. Interesting. There you go. Then you got your tethers up there for the thing. And back here, you get a lot of convenience features, actually. You get about, wow, you get a lot of convenience. You get 2 USB ports and a 12 volt. So that's really cool. Then looks like missing buttons here for the heated seats, because this is a Premium Plus. But I think that's pretty much all for the back of it. Let's go up to the front now. Okay, so now we're up front, and I'm going to start the car, because you'll notice something right here. It takes a second, as I've just learned. But there should be red lights that come on right here. Didn't do the startup noise for some reason that time. There are the red lights right here. Fun fact about those only come on when you turn the car on. You cannot turn those on. Those only come on when the car is on. Even when it's nighttime and you have your headlights on, those stay off and you only get white lights. All right, bud. You only get white lights in here. You don't get colored lights like in my dad's S5. Review hopefully coming soon. I don't know. This will probably come out in like 6 months or something. I don't know. My editing speed is bad, I know. But anyway, we're going to move up here at the 2 screens. 2 screens. We're just going to go ahead and dive right into the home screen right here. You get so many things to do on here, and you can pull this down for more stuff. This car, I don't even know where to start. It has so many features, even for the Premium Plus. I'm sure with Prestige you'd get more. But we're going to go ahead and start with the fact that you do get Wi-Fi in here, just like my car. And, ooh, reflective screen. Interesting. You get Apple CarPlay, which we can display here maybe. It takes a second. There it is. You get Apple CarPlay. You can shift through all your apps and stuff. You know, the standard stuff. And then, of course, back here you get your vehicle settings, stuff like that. Audi Drive Select. One thing I don't like is there's no dedicated back button anymore, like back button down here or anywhere. But instead you have to click through all the menus again. But that's fine, because this row of buttons always stays up. So you can always just click it. You got your service settings. That's the one. Check our oil life. Oh, it's looking pretty good. They changed that display. Looks like oil now. Once again, Audi, this was a feature in very old cars. Give us our tire pressure monitor. Tell us what our tires are at. Don't just say that. Steering wheel button. This is for your programmable steering wheel button right here. I have it set to heated steering wheel because, you know, that's what I like. Got garage door opener, all kinds of stuff like that. Light and visibility, you know, all the good stuff. We're going to move on to a different menu now. This does have the Bang & Olufsen system, which means it does sound really good.
What?
This is a sound system.
What?
Bang & Olufsen.
What?
A lot of bass.
What?
As you'll hear.
What? Oh.
Nice sound system. It's very nice.
I'm gonna join the pool so I can rest on it.
Yeah, as you can see, very good sound system. I like it a lot. Personal favorite of mine. You can go display settings, of course, and adjust your virtual cockpit, which I like. You can also add stuff here, like let's go average speed, and it'll add it up here, what your average speed is. But of course I like to keep it off because it makes it look a lot cleaner. And of course you got this menu here, which everyone knows what it does at this point. Everyone knows virtual cockpit, what that does. But yeah, I'm just trying to find other stuff. Oh, I don't want to change it actually. I like it. MMI, that just does the brightness of this screen here. And the bottom screen, of course. And you got your screen cleaning mode, which you just click. And you can, you know, wipe off your screen, make it look all nice and pretty again, which is a feature that no one ever uses. There we go. And yeah, you can pretty much explore anything for hours on this. Let's go down to this screen, which you got your AC controls, and these are permanent here. Unless, of course, you do that for your XM radio or whatever. I've never clicked this home button before. Let's not go to my home address, which has not been created yet. You got your AC controls here, which type on, but Audi's thought of that. You can do it a lot better. Of course, sync the... Yeah, there we go. Sync everything. You can adjust your zones here, like that. Your fan speed up and down. I keep it on 3 just because that's the quietest but most effective. Press these buttons here, 3 dots, and you get controls up here for like heated steering wheel. I don't want that on anymore. You can adjust the rear, which will give you that, or you can turn it off, or AC max, which I like a lot. Now let's move up here to this screen, and this screen, I love it. It only gets better and better. But of course, it is only the Premium Plus, so I'm sure there's some things I'm missing out on. Let's unclick the view so you can see it. Yeah, you can just scroll through all these menus here. Personally, I like having this view with the dynamic gauges. Okay, so now we will demonstrate parking camera, which, you know, pretty standard front camera. I showed you all the cameras on the outside. Pull this menu out here. You get your tires, front tires. You get your wide angle rear lens. You get your normal rear lens, which is very cool how that works. I don't even know how that works. Don't do that. You get your top down view, which we're in a field. You get your forwards and your wide angle lens. And of course, if you want to, you can put it on the sensors only, which no one likes and no one cares about. But you get this camera, which is amazing. You get the GTA camera. Oh, and it's just mesmerizing because you could just swipe through it, and it is just wonderful to use. And fun thing is, it'll show your tire rotation for when you turn too, which is cool, but I don't want to get my tires dirty. Okay, so now we're driving the A6. I'm in grass. Don't shake my camera, please. I want it to look decent. I'm trying to be professional here because we're in a professional vehicle. But the driving experience is very nice on this car. We're taking the reverse route today. Usually we go around the other way, but we were just angled it a way where I could just drive straight. It's very quiet in here, as you'll notice. You can't hear really anything at all. This is not a car meant to go fast, much like, well, I drove a Corolla. But this thing is just meant for comfort, and it is very comfortable. I'll admit it. It is, I just drove this thing for like 9 hours yesterday just because I could, and it was just so comfortable. And we only get the basic seats in here. We don't even get the fancy seats. We don't get any of the high-tech driving features either. We just turn on here, soaks up bumps, and it's pretty quiet. You don't get much engine noise either. And of course, I'm averaging 27 mpg, which is very good for me. I'm not one to do MPG stuff at all, but in this car I've found myself wanting to get better MPG more than go fast, because this is just not a car meant to go fast. It does handle pretty nicely though. It feels so much larger to drive than my A7 does, even though they're probably around the same size in terms of length and width. Maybe not any other dimension, but probably those two, a little more than the others. Okay, so I've driven this thing like 700 miles or something like that. that's the headquarters of Lorne Photos, aka Lorne's house. Do not get that address on there, Jack. If you're seeing this, make sure there's no point where the address shows. But back to the car. The suspension soaks up all the bumps while also cornering. You don't get too much body roll. I mean, obviously there is some, but it feels for the most part pretty stable in terms of body roll. I mean, obviously my cameraman does sway like an idiot just to make me look like a fool, but it does handle good, I promise. One thing with the steering wheel that I like, but some of you might not, is if you come down, you can't even like feel or maybe even see this, but if you come down here, you'll see there's a bump coming out of the steering wheel right here on both sides. It feels good to grip. Now as for speed, this thing is not very fast. I'd say about 7.5 seconds 0 to 60. Auto start stop, please. So we're flooring it right now, and I mean, it's not that fast at all. It's not meant for that. It's meant for good fuel economy, well, somewhat, while also being luxurious, and it does that well. It's meant for people who can't really, or it's meant for people who can't be bothered with the performance of the V6, who just want a luxury cruiser. Because I'm not too sure, Jack put this, fact check me in editing. I'm not sure, but I think you can get the Prestige model with the 4-cylinder. Not too sure, but it makes this thing go a long ways, because this estimated we'd get 560 miles worth of range out of it when I left the gas station yesterday. And I mean, I'm at half a tank now, if that shows you how much I've driven it. And we have 260 miles of range left, and we've been almost 220 on this tank. So, I mean, not exactly accurate, I'm not gonna think. But it's still gonna go a long ways compared to my car, I'd assume. Because I usually average about
70
miles on my whole tank of gas, huh? No, I usually average around 360, 340 miles on the tank. That's just how I drive. But here's another handling test here. You can see soaks up the bumps, and I just love how quiet it is in here. It's just nice to drive around with the roof, the sunroof up, or over rather, and the windows down, because it is such a nice feel. It is very quiet because you don't have frameless windows, you have framed windows, unlike my car. Not sure if the new A7 has frameless windows. I'm pretty sure it does. I'm trying to remember back when I signed the S7 at the car show. I can't really remember. But yeah, that's pretty much all I really have to say on the A6. That's pretty much all. So yeah, that pretty much does it for this review. And yeah, buy Lorne products. See ya. Yeah. Okay, so now we got engine. It's a GTI engine with a DSG. What more can you say? Sounds like one. I don't know why the motor looks like it's mounted diagonally. I don't know. That could just be me being mechanically stupid, as I usually am. But what more can I say? It's turbocharged 4-cylinder. Now up on the front, notice right here real quick when we turn the car on. You get the startup noise, typical. But then there should be red lights that come on. There they are, right there. So yeah, that's low battery. Yeah, so we've had so many cuts, it's ridiculous. But yeah, this is the GTA camera. I just like swiping through it. I like using it whenever I even pull up my camera for no reason at all. I'll stop and just, even if I'm in an empty parking lot, I'll be like, am I in the lines? And then I will be in the lines, because I'm an excellent parker. I'm perfect at backing up. There's no competition.
Ignore that. That's not true.
I had to park a Corolla without a backup camera. This is the first car I ever backed up without a backing camera. And let me tell you, I was the best. There's no competition. And, yeah, let's I've driven this thing almost 900 miles now. Actually, probably more than 900 because I got the car with 3,300 miles on it, and now it has almost 4,000 on it. So, if my math is correct, that's like 900. No, it's not.
You're a retard.
Just cut that whole bit, Jack, please.